This dashboard is flashing a flow failed error message. In a corporate environment, this usually means a critical business process just hit a brick wall. Often, it happens for the simplest reason: a single missing data field in an automated workflow. Relying strictly on drag-and-drop dynamic content works right up until your data throws a curveball. To build professional-grade automation that handles exceptions gracefully, you have to write expressions. This Power Automate Expression Library infographic breaks down formulas for robust workflows. Section 1 covers literals, numbers like 1, 2, 3, text strings like hello, and true-false booleans. Strings require single quotes. Numbers and booleans don't. Fixing this common mix-up prevents syntax errors and broken flows. Moving over to Section 2, we have comparison expressions like equals and greater. These let you test conditions. If you're comparing text, Power Automate treats uppercase and lowercase letters the exact same way. For more complex decision-making, Section 3 introduces logical expressions. The if function here is highly practical, letting you run quick inline conditional checks without building an entire branching workflow tree. But the most critical safeguard in this list is coalesce. When your flow expects data but gets a blank or null value, coalesce lets you provide a safe fallback so the process doesn't crash. Next, Section 4 covers string expressions. Functions like concat let you glue pieces of text together, while split cuts text apart into manageable arrays. When you need to grab a specific item from those strings or arrays, remember that Power Automate starts counting at 0. To get the first item, you always ask for index 0, not 1. Section 5 shows how to handle collections and arrays. Instead of guessing index numbers, you can use built-in functions like first and last to pull the exact elements you need from a list. In Section 6, we scale up from simple lists to structured JSON objects. Here, you access specific pieces of data using property keys, like asking a user object for its name. If you try to pull a property that doesn't exist, the flow fails. Adding this question mark creates a safe navigation operator. It checks if the property is actually there before trying to extract it, keeping your workflow running smoothly. Section 7 introduces math expressions. These go beyond basic arithmetic. They let you calculate dynamic values on the fly as your workflow processes data. This animated diagram illustrates how math expressions interact with time. By taking a starting date and mathematically adding a specific number of days, you can calculate dynamic deadlines and lead times accurately. Over in Section 8, we handle date and time. You should always generate timestamps using UTC-now to maintain consistency across time zones, and then use format datetime to translate that raw data into something a human user can easily read. Section 9 covers context expressions. Functions like trigger body allow your flow to look back at its own execution metadata and pull information from the exact event that started the process. Section 10 is type conversion. When you send data to an external API, it expects a very specific format. These functions ensure you are passing a true integer instead of a string of numbers, preventing frustrating runtime errors. Section 11 features utility expressions. A prime example is GUID, which generates a completely unique string of characters, perfect for creating database IDs that won't conflict with existing records. Now, for a quick challenge based on what we've covered, how would you safely extract the first email from an array, knowing that the array itself might occasionally be completely empty? This visual formula shows the solution. You take the first function to grab the email, and you nest it inside coalesce. If the array is null, coalesce catches the error and outputs no email found instead. Section 12 gathers these concepts into a best practices checklist. Stick to UTC for dates, wrap empty data in coalesce, and use the safe navigation question mark. Finally, use peek code and run history to see logic execute step by step. By moving past the default dynamic content and applying these 12 categories of expressions, you upgrade from assembling basic tasks to engineering robust, error-resistant automation.